Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and this is take 2 of a video I'm trying to record live on Twitch, answering probably the most common questions I've gotten while I've been live streaming Shadowbringers. Where is all the things I need to unlock at level 80 and honestly throughout 70 to 80? I've been asked a million times, where do I spend tomestones? How did you get that Papega head? How did, where is this? Where is that? Let me make a video on it. I have to do it in this format because I'm live streaming for 24 hours straight, 7 days a week, taking shifts with my friend Tequila Shots, as we just keep a massive live program going. So with that, a couple of things. One, that's regardless of how much I flub, this is what we're going with for the video. Two, I'm going to be visiting a lot of zones in the post-finished main scenario quests for Shadowbringers. So if you're trying to avoid spoilers, you should probably not watch this video. We're going to be visiting both the cities as well as the final zone, which I will add an additional spoiler warning for there. Odds are, if you're watching this, you've already finished the main scenario, but just in case. Starting the video here, if for some reason you teleported over to the first, and you forgot to grab an aetheryte and somehow ended up teleporting elsewhere, this guy right here in Mordona is going to be the guy who will take you to the first again. I also had to turn off text on the map, by the way, because there were some spoilers on the maps that I may not have wanted to show, just in case. Now with that, we are going to go to the first. I also made some favorite locations to keep the name of the final zone out of here, because I realized that was going to be a mistake. But from this point on, we're going to start spoilers. Alright? So you've been warned. Now there are quite a few things you can actually unlock in the Crystarium, and I've written a list of them down. I'm just going to go down the list and show them all on the minimap. The first is one of the expert dungeons that you can unlock after finishing the main scenario. That is going to be unlocked at about this location on the minimap. There's going to be a blue quest with a plus sign, and as a reminder, you always want to grab those, you always want to hand those in, especially when you've just finished the main scenario for the latest expansion. So that's going to be for one of the extra level 80 dungeons. There's also the hunt, which, by the way, if you haven't unlocked the hunt, you probably should go do that. You're going to need the A Realm Reborn, Heavensward, and Stormblood hunt quest all done in order to unlock the Shadowbringers hunts at level 70. For that, once you have all those things done, you can come here to the hunt board in the Crystarium, and there will be a list of quests with some very nutty names, to say the least, as well as a vendor right next to all that, where you can actually buy grade 7 and grade 8 materia using the hunt currency that you're going to obtain, as well as I think a couple of minions and a level 80 striking dummy are going to be available at this NPC right here. Now another thing you're going to have to do in order to finish the main scenario quest, which I shouldn't even need to mention it at this point, but it is your role quests. So if you're ever leveling another job and you want to complete the role quest for the sake of story or whatever not, your role quests are going to be located at this part of the Crystarium. Now there are 4 sets. There is tank, healer, physical, and magical. The only one that's missing on this list right here is the physical one, because I've already done it, because I've already completed the story. But those are here, but they do take you to other zones, so be very wary of where these quests actually take you after you start them, because I know a lot of people have gotten lost looking for these. Might have to teleport around the various zones until you find a blue quest with a plus sign. Now, the next thing is Extreme Primals. Now, this is going to be true for the entire expansion. You're going to want to come to an NPC that's right here. I won't tell you what the name of the NPC is, but I think you might have a fair idea if you've already been playing Final Fantasy XIV up to this point. You're going to find him right there in the Crystarium, and every single patch, the next Extreme Primal, that's the place you're going to be going, barring any sort of odd circumstance that takes you elsewhere. And finally, the Crystalline Means, something I almost forgot about. If you forgot where all the crafting and gathering related leave quests and new deliveries are, it's right here. This is kind of like a central location. Right here are the leaves of the Crystarium, and right here is the Crystalline Mean. There's also some other crafting vendors here as well, as you can see with the trader right there. But if you're doing level 70 to 80 crafting stuff, this is a place you'll probably be spending quite a bit of time. Now, unless I missed something, those are all of the things I needed to mention in the Crystarium that a level 80 character might need to think about. So we are going to go over into Yule, which is the zone I've gotten a lot more questions about. There is a dungeon in Yule, and it seems a lot of people forgot while playing through the main scenario that Yule has multiple floors. And as such, multiple floors means you don't just zone in and check this map, which does actually have a lot of things, and we should probably start with this. Upon zoning into Yule, which, by the way, if you've completely foregone spoilers at this point and are actually watching this, I don't want trades in the middle of the video, and I should have known that was going to happen. You have stuff like collectible appraisals, you have script exchanges, you have Splendor vendors. These are all stuff that are standard to all the expansions. It looks like they're going to filter in maybe some additional vendors in some of these other locations. You have a materia melder and a materia vendor, which you can actually exchange cracked planet clusters and cracked stella clusters for grade 7 and 8 materia. If you come over here, this is where your tombstone vendors are going to be. This is where you'll spend tombstones of Gosha, as well as the eventual tombstones of Phantasmagoria, I think they were called, which are going to be coming out when the Savage Mode raid comes out in about 4 weeks. So this Tombstone Exchange, Tombstones of Gosha, Disciples of War and Magic, they will eventually have the other tiers of Tombstones as well. Now, I don't know if the Eden stuff is going to be at that desk over there, or if they're going to include it in this desk here. There's still plenty of space for a couple of extra NPCs, and there's some extra NPCs that we had in Rhalgr's Reach that aren't present here, that I'm assuming they will filter in later. You also have the token exchange here, which is going to allow you to exchange totems from the 2 trials. These have been named long ago, so I don't mind mentioning them. Innocence and Titania. Anytime you beat an Extreme Primal, you will get a totem, and if you don't get your loot after a certain number of clears, you can exchange them for items here. The Titania totem gear is weapons, and the Innocence totem gear is accessories. Now, the glorious Gewgaws are actually from super fates, like the Ixion style fates of this expansion. This is where you'll get stuff like the toad head and suit that you might be seeing people having around. There's a mount, there's a minion, there's 2 minions as a matter of fact, and you're going to be obtaining the items you see that are required here from 2 super fates, one of which is in the final zone of the game, or of Shadowbringers, and the other one being in Calusia on the northern half of the map, which you'll need to be a slightly higher level in order to access. Now, on top of that, we do have a gemstone trader. For those of you who haven't been keeping up, and I'll probably need to make a separate video about it. Oh, actually, let me scroll that down because the name of the final zone is present there. As you can see, the shared fates menu is, as you've completed fates throughout Shadowbringers, you've been earning gemstones, and you've been ranking up your various reputation in different zones. So after you've ranked up your reputation enough, there's an additional gemstone trader here that has additional rewards. So if you're someone who is a massive completionist and wants to get max rank in all the zones, once you do that, come back to Pedronil here, and they will take care of all of your gemstone needs. Otherwise, they won't talk to you. They just tell me to go do things and stop being useless when I actually try to do it right here. If you don't mind real quick, my headset battery is running out as I have been streaming all day. I'm just going to take the battery out so that way it doesn't die, which may actually mess with the video recording altogether. Now that we've covered all those vendors, which I feel like is a pretty important thing, and it looks like they are ready to add some other things over there. You've got a delivery Moogle, but we'll see, because a lot of this stuff is probably not final. In fact, there's a merchant over here. I think these are just your generic merchants that this one allows you to repair. This one just allows you to buy grade 7 dark matter and stuff like that. So all the standard stuff. Now I can show you where the dungeon actually is, because a lot of people forgot that Yule has 3 floors. That's right. As you can see, there's 3 floors. So there's one in the southeastern derelicts. This is a dungeon. This is your 3rd and final level 80 dungeon, on top of the one you earned in the main scenario. And yeah, you're going to get it right there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think towards the northwest, it was either in the southwest or the northwest, but the Stone Sky Sea equivalent of Shadowbringers called the Lawns was also available in this base floor. And so once you do that, you'll just have to do a quick quest, and you will have Stone Sky Sea activated for Shadowbringers. Now, that's almost everything that I can think of that's like really important, but there is one question that I've received a lot. Is there level 80 artifact armor for all the jobs? I'm pretty sure there was. And there is. You earn it in the final zone. You have to complete a role quest for whatever role it is you're playing. So physical covers a lot of jobs there, which is the one I did. And you also need to be level 80 on the job that you want to earn the artifact armor for. Again, spoiler warning, we're going to go to the final zone right now so I can show you where that NPC is. So if you don't want to see the final zone, don't watch the video anymore, because that's it. I'm going to show the name. I'm going to click on it. You've got 3 seconds. Good luck. All right. So let's go there. You're going to want to teleport over to the Ondo Cups. And it's going to be just south of the Ondo Cups. An NPC you had to talk to for the main scenario quest. And there was even a chat box saying, hey, you'll be able to get your item level 430 stuff at level 80 here. And it's this NPC right down here. I'm not going to go over there, so I'm just going to show you this is the Ondo Cups. And when you finally get through, this NPC has all of your item level 430 artifact armor for completed role quests, as well as level 80. Now, on top of that, you're probably wondering, what about your job quests for each individual job? Those we're not going to go over. Those are for the most part, at the previous NPCs you encountered them at. There are a few NPCs that don't immediately line up with your level 70 job quest, but for the most part, you will. For that, I highly recommend going to the patch notes, because that's 17 quests that I have to go to individual zones to show you for. So that's what you got, and if I'm not mistaken, that is the final thing. Now, again, in 2 weeks, we get Eden Normal. 2 weeks after that, we get Eden Savage. And then there's also a treasure map dungeon, but that's not going to have an unlock. That's just going to be doing the highest level grouped treasure maps that are available. So unless anyone in my chat would like to tell me that I missed something, I think we're done with this video. Hopefully, it's useful to those of you going to look for all the unlocks. And if not, sorry, I tried. I'm doing the best I can while I'm doing this 24/7 live stream thing. But thank you everyone for watching over on YouTube. I've got a lot more videos in this style to make over the next few days, and hopefully they go a little bit better than this one. So I'm going to get back to my Twitch live stream. My 24/7 broadcast servers go down in 58 minutes, so there's some other things I'd really like to take care of before then. Thank you for watching. my chat's asking me how to swim. I did get asked that question a lot. Control space, and I don't remember how to do it on controller. So what I would recommend is, if you ever forget what buttons do, go to your keybind setting and check there. Usually a pretty good option. Okay, with that, I'm going to wrap up this video, get back to my Twitch live stream, get it clipped, all that good stuff. So thank you everyone for watching over on YouTube. Thank you, Twitch, for putting up with this very silly request. And I will see all of you in the next video. And Twitch, let's just keep hanging out. So anyway, see you next time. Till then, take care.